on this gloom-ridden day where it doesn't know whether to keep raining or not. Let's just wait for it to go out to the feed and see who's going to be available. If anybody, then we can fill the gaps of why there's missing content and everything else. Without excuses being wrapped around the centre like it's a tourniquet. Quality might be extremely shabby because EE's 4 and 5G in this place is as useful as GPRS. So let's just see if anybody's going to jump on and say hello. Good grief, it's trains. Never did learn, did you? You're still causing trouble for people then. Probably, actually. We're just taking a walk through a country park to the other side of it via a nature reserve that isn't one. You say it's all Gucci, but you can't afford that, can you? Nobody pays enough for that anymore. The most Gucci you would get would be from a bloody jumble sale or something like that for about £14.85. But then they'll try and tax you at the same time. And give you the incorrect change. And then claim they wanted 6 times more. Oh, it's you, Newton, that be 208. Jamie. How typical of you. Don't know what's meant to be down there. It says area of risks I'm going to keep out in case it kills me. You never know, do you? Hello, the Azuma-san 801. Do not enter tree felling in progress. My love, they're still all standing, thank you. Although we could do with some tree felling because they've gone whoopsie-do anyway. I was 10 afraid, I don't know, did 7, 8, 9 or something like that. We're all too old for that. Oh, because, right, well, I'm not reading that, I'll get banned. So thanks for that one. But yeah, I say we're just roaming the outskirts of a so-called country park into a nature reserve that's not. Because to me, a nature reserve isn't described by a puddle surrounded by a massive bit of woodland. Might be to someone else, but I call it an extension to a park. Yeah, we're all heading there, trains, don't worry about it. I certainly am. Bear in mind I'd be killed if I travelled halfway across the world due to laws and shit and... yes, religious reasons. I could carry on, but again I'll get banned, won't I? It doesn't matter where I am, mate, 'cause I can't even read your name. And I don't even dare try. Are we back now, please? I didn't do a thing, it just... me like it did with Gautier and... absolute pile. Shall we do a speed test whilst you're in the forest? So I can show you exactly how bad the best network in the whole of the UK actually is then, please. Are we ready to watch how bad the numbers are? So I've got near enough a full set of signal. Let's see how bad it is, shall we? Here we go then. So I'll even stay still for you to see it properly. So that's the download speed that we're reading right now on 5G. Absolute piss poor. Barely reaching what used to be home Wi-Fi before we got a worse plan. Don't ask me why. And there's my upload that's coming to you people. Absolutely shite. It's not the stream itself, Jamie, mate. You blame bloody supposedly the best provider. So we got a total of 49 down and 3 up. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, it's always blue because no one can stream in excellent quality unless they're on a massive £3 million camera. Would you fall? Yeah, if I throw it, we'll throw it, fuck it. Oh, there's a tree that's gone, went bang. God, it is really bad, isn't it? Absolute tush. But I suppose let's make the most of this whilst it lasts. If you've got any questions, want any answers, throw them in. We'll see if you can make out what the answer's actually going to be. A little bit of a game. Whilst the Formula One's on in the Netherlands, and obviously Max Verstappen's going to fucking win it. So I'm not that interested anymore. If you've got questions, I'll provide whatever answers I can. But if you can make them out, it's a different story. This trail, no one's asked you, but this trail I've walked like 3 times the other way. I'm levelling it out, we're going this way. It's just a long distance route learn, say if my barriers don't go back up again, I know roughly where I can go to get around it. So we've got, this is the furthest way round. We've got one further down via Spanby, if I'm on this side of the railway, or round via Sainsbury's if I'm on the other side of the railway. Yeah, my own base went moons ago. It's no student accommodation, believe it or not. But of course you would believe it's all this city cares about. Residents? Nah, you don't matter. University students? Yeah. Take them all. That's what they're pretty much fucking saying. We don't matter. They do more, because they generate the revenue, don't they? We don't. Am I going to level cross? Well, there's one en route, but I don't think we're going to make the next trains in 5 minutes, are we? Because I'm about maybe 20 away from there, if a slight bit more. So we probably won't see anything there, but we'll see when we get around there, about 20 minutes or so. Would you say home base in Newton Abbey is the only Northern Irish branch to close? Yeah, for now anyway. Knowing how it all ties in with our agreements, our unionites and everything else, the rest won't last very long. It'll be tickety-boo till it goes bang. Just like Wilkinson's, which I've recently gone mostly under. We're just waiting for Music Store HMV to see if they're going to actually buy it out or not. So we're now in the Swanholme Lakes supposed reserve or other. Stay on defined footpaths. If you want to call it a path, I'd call it a trail, but no metal detect what, and we're going to pull the ground up then. And do not take mushrooms or any other living love, they'll fucking be poisonous ones, won't they? They'll be poisonous shrooms, if that, drugs. But you usually grow poisonous shrooms, and I call them toadstools. If you got shit gardening, you'll find them in the garden. And they are extremely toxic. Garden shrooms. So now we'll just carry up this high-end part of this supposed Lakes Reserve Park contraption before we come back down again. Yeah, we can't have Mario, no Luigi, and no Peach, Bubbles, whatever flipping else is part of that family. Then we'll tick over to see Angelica at the Rugrats. God, I used to like playing that on the PlayStation. Ooh, their karting game was something else. Do you think Verstappen's cheating? Probably. Probably. Because pretty much everybody but that TikTok Verstappen has had enough of him, you might as well say. You know, a mate of mine, Spotting Mix, he was right into Verstappen at the end of last race season and the start of this, and now he's also completely given up hope for it. Because we know Verstappen's going to get every single race, and it'll be like Laureen winning every single Eurovision, won't it? It's just repeats after repeats, which ruins the whole experience. Here's some completely set on fire pieces of tree by the looks of it. They're long dead, they've been cremated, they're waiting to be buried. I don't know what's usually in this hut. This is part of the lifeguarding team, whatever you call the park rangers, which we were taught about in school. They still just about exist, I think. Yeah, they were lockdown walks. The only thing I could really do were Boris Miles. Would I do it again if they came back? Maybe. It was all free, wasn't it? Whatever they made was all profit. Yeah, we all have shit connection everywhere, Joe Mercedes. It's literally the cap. Like I showed you back there a few minutes ago, that was a 3 megabits per second upload speed. I'm on 5G in an area that currently borders 4 and 5G, so it should not be that weak. I'm on a 5G compatible device. My SIM card is 5G compatible. My connection clearly is not. So we're kind of stuck in a war. There's a train, but we're not going to see it because we're miles away from the railway line. Well, the connection when we did the other run was a hell of a lot better, wasn't it? Let's look at it that way. When we did the Lincoln Walks, fine, it was weak, but it wasn't all trash. It was maybe a slight bit clearer than we have here. My chat keeps kicking from my other phone, so that's fun. You have a Samsung? No, I have the Google Pixel 6a. Bought it last year at the cost of living payments, so the government paid for it using that logic. There we go. A company asset that I didn't pay a penny for out of my own pocket. Was it worth it? Yeah. Was it worth taking the foray that I bought out of my own pocket to a supposed well-known excellent retailer for it to be vandalised? No. Do people still recommend that shithole? Yes. Will people learn? No. Of course they won't. So we've got all these trail paths along here. I've got no idea where any of them go. So we're going to carry on what I do know. Which still means we've got another little while to go yet. I've got a notification from Temu. Thanks for... Love, I've not ordered in weeks. Thanks for your order, love. Fine. If you must know, my latest shoes were like £1.54, but I've not ordered constantly, Temu, so shut up, please. Whilst you've got stark arse reviews, and also some pretty good ones, and my experience has been okay, your notifications aren't worth it. What's this? I didn't see that one. What's your favourite train? I'm not choosy anymore. If it turns up in this nationalised shithole, it's a good day. Because usually it won't. You may have heard the news with TransPennine Express now withdrawing their Mark 5s. That was a government decision. If you want to be a railway driver, you get £26,000 per year, which totals about £1,200 a month, which means you get 36 days of industrial action a year. Anyway, back to the point, with government-owned TransPennine Express withdrawing their Mark 5 sets. Yes, that decision was purely by the Department for Transport, who, wait for it, is a private ownership company to TransPennine Trains, the official leading name now, which no means it's a limited company. And no limited company at all can be public. Because limited always means like owned in-house, etc., i.e. always private. So I suppose nationalisation is all still private companies, but we're not allowed to call it that, but are also not allowed to call it fully nationalised either. It's a whole boat. And the boat is so severe, you can reply to the British Rail Brigade on any application they come up, tell them it's nationalised, no, they'll come back saying, no, it's not done properly. It's like bloody Brexit. You got what you voted for, fucking shut up, please. There we go. But no, it's not that easy, and they'll never shut up, will they? What's Temu like itself? Well, like I say, my shoes that I've had for about a month now cost me £1.54, I think it were. I'm going to check to prove that. Where's my Temu app? Also got a shirt at the same time. To get shipment, you need to make it up to £10 purchase. You get about 25 million coupons coming in one shoot. Right, how can I show you without getting anything leaked? So if I do this way, my shoes cost £1.84. I told a small lie. But when they were retailing on there about £50, £60, supposedly, it's not that bad, is it? Are you the only person who hates cases on your phone? Maybe. Then there's me who just hates pissing around with these bloody screen protectors that are now this little foiled piece of arse. So like the ones I originally got for this 6A, as you saw in the unboxing video, they were complete and utter trash. They were supposedly the newest style of screen protector. I wouldn't even fucking trust them to cover my bloody hands up or stop an explosion. Wait, they wouldn't stop an explosion anyway. But pretty much, it was like a version of extremely thin foil just punched over. Absolutely weak. Fine, they've got a good stretching capacity, but they're an absolute pile of shite. So this hasn't been screen protected at all since I got it, because they're a pain in the fucking arse to do, and they're not worth it. Anyway, moving on, what's next? What we got to say? JP got another hangman because a car was under our barriers. Well, they do that. It's literally the mind of the road user, oh, I'm more important, basically. It's the same with those that will overtake a fucking police car that's on a job, or try to, and then blame it for being in their way. It happens. That's why they keep being spun off and into bloody barriers and road barricades. Nobody's got the patience, and everyone deems themselves to be number one of a world of 20 gazillion people. Oh, this might be tricky because it's damp, because it's been raining 3 times. But it seems to be holding off now, oddly enough. It's a nice part to fall into the water there. Aren't the strikes on today? No, it was yesterday, and it's also the 2nd of September. Pretty much everybody in England's out. Well, it is all of England, though. I'm not sure if TfL and Underground, though, this time round. Because the report said from Lynch, whoever's in charge of the place now, 16 operators were out. But I don't think we've got 16 just in England to make that number. So I don't know who's actually involved anymore. Hello, BR. You're a nationalised piece of arsehole as well. The absolute worst mistake we made was nationalising in the first place. Then to privatise it, we're in bust trying to pick up the problems. To nationalise it now, to being in severe debt with it, we're about to go bust. And then GBR, which is supposedly nationalising the nationalised, is going to be a private in-house operation that's also going to go bust. No, try that Condriant, because Lynch has actually bothered to sit down with them. Am I even going the right way anymore? I don't know. I think so. Because this should lead out to a footpath. Yeah, I'm going the right way. Bothers us all, Joe, mate. I can't work because of it. They're putting me out of work and I'm not even part of them. That's how severe it is. They're affecting those that aren't even part of the battle. Although we're not doing picket lines properly anymore. Fine, we've got a legal reduction where there are going to be 6 attendees on it at any one time from the company. But most picket lines now don't exist. If they do exist, they're gone by 9 AM. So makes sense of that one then. Previously, when we first brought everything out originally when it were private, so say the days of pre-British Rail, the Luxon and District Transport Company, you name it, we had a constant 24-hour picket lines. Now, they're barely 2 hours. We've let ourselves down and we made a massive fool of ourselves and the country. Let's do it properly or not do it at all. That's what I'm saying to it. You can have your strike, but you need it to be longer than 2 hours because that's just embarrassing. What do you do after the 2 hours? Go home, probably. What do you do before the 2 hours? Probably wake up. It's an absolute bucket of arse and a waste of time. So let's put a poll in this chat because we can't do a poll properly anymore. Yes or no? Should the unions start doing picket lines properly again and ensure that they are visible for a full 24 hours of the action they say they are taking? Or should they remain as a 2-hour pathetic line, making no impact whatsoever on those that pass the railway? So yes for 24, no for 2. One 72.71. So we've had a total of 0 responses from the industrial question to make an impact. I guess we all think it's a waste of time then. And let's put that in a full report and send it to where it needs to go. It's a squirrel. There. It's a squirrel. Where's it gonna go? Bugger knows. Back in the railway line with the seams of it. The barriers are going again. Not that it's any use to me, because I'm not going back up there again, but you can watch them close from a distance. Hello, Yorkshire Level Crossing channel. Once the barrier's back down. What's this? No idea. Probably that Lincoln Newark train. Wait, that had just gone. This... Would it be a... I don't know. What is next? 0Z59, it's 57 that went down to Lincoln Terrace, which you'll see in a video coming out tomorrow. Because this one's today's. To try and rebuild up shit again. So what we'll see at the bottom where the old ballast old foot crossing was, it'll be 0Z59, Lincoln Terrace to Newark Northgate. You see one of those in the video tomorrow as well. Someone's painted the same thing on a cubicle. No, Richard, it was an in-chat sort of poll thing. I don't know how to do them otherwise. But it was like a say in chat, yes 24, no 2. This will be that 57 back. I think by the time I get to the foot crossing, it'll be nearby. I say foot crossing, I recorded like one video there, and that's all we ever really saw of it. From anybody. Nope. The one we're thinking of, mate, is Oak Farm, where the incident actually was. Which I might as well say was the spot I've tried a couple of times. Not video-wise, the other-wise. So I know exactly where it was. Because I've tried myself a couple of times at that spot. I guess what helps said cause is usually you can't see the train until it's there because the vegetation is extremely high and extremely thick at all times. If you want to know the rest of that story, we'll do it in another time. Because once we've seen this train, I'm heading off because I need to shop and get back to base. Although with the cost of living, I'll probably come back with a bag and that's about it. With fuck all else. I'm forever reporting the vegetation issues with Network Rail. They say you can always see through it fine. So what we're going to do is try and see through it fine here, behind the Doddington Road protecting signal. Not that we can, but it's going to have to do. Here we go, train coming, guys. 57010 back to Newark. So that'll wrap us up this time. Then if I knew it was coming back, I might have stayed up there, but that's that for the rest of the hour. So what I'm going to do now is sign off and I can head away. So I guess thanks for joining me this time. We'll see you next time.